Hello, everyone, and welcome to This Month in Realty. Today, I am honored to be welcoming Kimberly Barton to our circle. Kimberly is the owner and broker of Kinetic Realty in Annapolis, Maryland. So, Kimberly, tell us a little bit about the market up there in Annapolis.
Well, in Maryland itself, we are seeing obviously an inventory shortage nationwide, but in Maryland, we definitely have an inventory shortage in a lot of the price ranges. Properties are going under contract sometimes as little as 2 days, on average about 11 days. So that's significant and should be of interest to both buyers and sellers.
Okay, great. So in your market, it being that tight, is it realistic for a buyer to come in under list price and then ask for closing help?
Not typically at this time. A lot of buyers are under the false impression that we are in a housing crisis, but we're not in a housing crisis. We're in a health crisis. And in such, there is no expectation that the prices are going to roll back. I have a lot of buyers who ask the question, well, when are these foreclosures coming on the market? We're not going to see that. At least predictions are right now this year. We won't see that. Probably, through next year, we're going to see the continuation of this very inventory tight market, as well as the fact that prices have been going up. Month to month, I'm seeing appreciation from month to month, on average 6%, which is, significant, because if a buyer hasn't purchased, now in 30 days, they may see that price of that same exact property they were looking at, if it's available still, is now priced higher. And the fact that they're going in and asking for sellers to go under list price, or they'll go in at list price and they'll ask for closing help, and that takes the seller down beyond, underneath the list price. It's not realistic because people are coming in with cash offers. We're seeing a lot of investors that came into the market, and they are actually out there 750 and under, very active buying properties, and they're closing in 2 weeks cash. Yeah. So a buyer needs to be realistic. If they're putting in an offer, they have to make sure that they're working with a lender that is well known for a lot of the listing agents, because that's going to be a key factor in competing. And they have to have their financing very tight. If they can get grants or gifts for their down payment or closing help, that is one way to configure their offer, so they're not going in and going, hi, I want to give you less than you asked for and give me all these closing help things. So significant, the suggestion is make sure that it's priced, your offer is priced for the seller to even consider. Otherwise, it's just going on the, side, because they're getting, 10, 12 offers on a property within days of it going on the market. And that's in $900,000 and under properties. We're even seeing competing properties in over the $1 million range. So it is realistic to expect buyers to be a little bit more savvy about putting together a strong offer.
Okay, great. And that's really good information there. Are sellers confused about the market, about now being a good time to sell or not?
It is. One of the things sellers are confused about is because, again, I mentioned that we're in a health crisis, not a housing crisis. Their expectation is, well, are there really people looking at houses? So part of what we do is we help the sellers look at the fact that properties are going under quickly. I can show them how many showings a property has before it does go under contract, so that they understand that there are buyers out there looking. The concern also for a lot of sellers is that I'm going to have people in my house. I'm not very comfortable with that because COVID is still a very real threat. And one of the things we developed is we have sort of this checklist that we send to all of our showing agents, as well as the sellers, to post at their door, of how we manage showings of properties. We also make sure we have booties and gloves and masks and hand sanitizer to make them feel like we are protecting them from people who are visiting. So we try to mitigate that risk, as well as the fact that the market obviously is very inventory short right now. So in a lot of cases, if a seller is going to go on the market, they're not going to be on the market for 6 months, which is typically average. They're going to be on the market for under 2 weeks in a lot of cases, especially if it's positioned well, it's in good condition, it shows well, and it's accessible for showings. There are sellers out there that, you know, they're not prepared to be on the market, and even those are getting showings, although they may stay on the market a little longer. So I do counsel our sellers that, you know, at this time, if they are looking to make a move, we do put some things in to make sure that they're not feeling uncomfortable with COVID, as well as the fact that if they're staying in the area, one of the other concerns sellers express is, well, if there is such an inventory shortage, am I going to find a house? So a lot of times they will start looking for a home before they put their house on the market, which is never a good idea because they can be caught backwards.
Right.
And if you are a contingent offer as a seller, you're not going to compete very, very well with those who are ready to move.
Right.
So.
Okay, great. So Kimberly, thank you for being here. How would somebody reach you?
You can reach me at Kinetic Realty in Annapolis, Maryland. My telephone number is 443-776-0996, and I can be reached by email at Kimberly@kbarton, B-A-R-T-O-N, realtor.com. You can also find me on social media. My moniker is K Barton Realtor.
Okay, I'm sorry. Right, what's the phone number again? I forgot to write it down.
443-776-0996.
Okay, thank you for being here. This has been This Month in
Thank
Realty.
you.
Tune in next month to hear more from Kimberly and other experts around the United States and Canada. Have a great day.
Thank you. Have a good one. Take care.